New tonight, the town of Paradise is still trying to get back to normal after the campfire. But now, some folks who live in RVs up there are worried about their future. Action News Now reporter Christina Vitale breaks down a new ordinance, and she spoke with people about their concerns.
I don't want to be kicked off my property. I don't know where I'd go.
Paradise Town Council changing an ordinance allowing people to live in RVs on their property after the fire. Town Councilwoman Melissa Schuster says that ends on December 31st.
The people that already have RV permits have already agreed that they will have building permits by December 31st. Those that are just getting their RV permits must have a building permit issued in order to obtain an RV permit.
Schuster says Paradise wants to return to pre-fire rules.
People were not allowed to live on their properties unless they had an active building permit. So that's just what it goes back to.
The concern comes from some RV owners taking advantage of the urgency ordinance.
And essentially squatting and causing a lot of health issues, a lot of safety issues. There was crime associated with that. We still need to ensure that people are planning to rebuild, that they're building their homes in order to live on their property.
Our intention is 100% to build a stick home. That's what we want to do. But with this ordinance, it's not going to give us the time to do that.
The owner of this property, Kimmy Ben, told me she was just able to move back to Paradise in March after receiving a permit for her motorhome. Now she tells me she's worried about being kicked off her own property come the end of the year. Ben says she was waiting on the PG&E settlement to move forward.
Our whole emotional being is, wrapped up in this lawsuit, and then, we're supposed to, on top of that, be, getting building permits and loans and everything else.
No one is going to throw people off their property. The Building Resiliency Center and this team is here to find out what are those hurdles. How can we help you overcome those hurdles?
But she does say if a property owner with an RV permit already can't get their building permit by the end of the year, they will be in violation of the ordinance.
It made me feel like the town council didn't really have sympathy for people who want to come back home.
And this council member is still living in an RV on her property. We care about the people of this community.
Schuster says the town issued 500 RV permits. 175 of those have building permits. The BRC is reaching out to the rest.
How close are they to getting their building permits issued? What are the things that what are the barriers? What are the things that they're coming up against that it's making it difficult? And how can we help?
Most people here want to have a beautiful town, and we will have that again, but you got to give us more time.
Schuster tells me the town is working to identify alternatives for RVs that are on individual properties, such as RV parks with hookups. Reporting in Paradise, Christina Vitale, Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
I like the kitty in the RV there. Schuster says that nothing in the revised ordinance mentions fines or forcible removal of people from their properties. Very important. Again, the BRC is willing to work with any property owner to make sure that they meet the December 31st deadline.